What is Evoto AI? I know you guys have been hearing about this for a while, and I've been meaning to bring this video to you, but without further ado, I'm going to bring it to you today and show you why and tell you why this software would be a game changer for your photo editing experience, business, and life. Let's go. Alright guys, so at this point in time, you may be asking yourself, what is Evoto AI? Evoto AI is an AI-powered photo editing software designed specifically for photographers. It focuses heavily on portrait retouching, skin enhancements, color adjustments, batch editing, and facial recognition. The goal of Evoto AI is not to replace Photoshop or Lightroom, but the goal is to accelerate your workflow. In this video, I'm giving you a full beginner-friendly walkthrough of Evoto AI. What is it, how it works, and how photographers are using it to dramatically speed up their editing workflow. Alright, so what I've done previously is I've uploaded a few images to show you how I use Evoto to speed up my workflow. Now, I won't go through everything that I did in order to acquire these steps. I'm gonna save that for another video, but I'm going to show you how this software has the potential. No, it's past potential. I can guarantee you this software, once you learn how to use it, will speed up your workflow and buy back your time dramatically. Okay, so in this first image, all right, I have it already set up on before and after right here. Okay, as you can see, the interface, it resembles Adobe. I can say that. Like when you get into the actual software and you start using it, it feels and it moves and it operates a lot like Adobe. But I can say this, it's a lighter software, meaning I don't think it's as taxing on your hardware like Adobe can be, you know what I mean? But anyway, all right, so on the first tab, this first tab is labeled color adjustments. This would be, I would liken this to your camera raw filter in PS, and in Lightroom I would liken this to the development tab, or the develop tab. I'm sorry guys. All right, so you can adjust your white balance, you can do everything that you need as far as from your presence all the way down to your HSL, your color grading, lens correction, the whole nine. You can do it all. Okay, now in the image that I have on the screen right here, you can see that I have a lot of distractions going on in this image. I have the paper roll, I have the chains on the side right here, I have tape on the floor, and I also have the side wall over here. Okay, so on the left hand side, on this side right here, this is my original, as you can see right here, and on the right side, this would be my after. Okay, so let me click off this tab. Okay, this tab deals with lighting and exposure and whatnot. It doesn't deal with retouching. Okay, so let me go to a different screen. Now watch this. I've already corrected these images to a base point where you can see the differences. Again, I will go through steps in a later video. Okay, all right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. The magic happens here. Now look at this, guys, right here. In Photoshop, this would have taken me not too long, you know what I'm saying, but it still would be additional time when it comes to editing this photo, because you have to account for these distractions, and it's on 4 levels of the images. You know what I'm saying 4 levels, but it's in 4 spots, right? You know, north, south, east, west. Now with a click of a few buttons, as you can see right here, this image has been corrected. Even if I scale down to the actual paper itself, right here, you can see that I have a tear right here from heels walking on the paper. And as you can see over here on the after side, on the right side, on that quote unquote edited side, you don't see that tear anymore. The software actually adjusted, to that, and it remove that error. And guys, I'm gonna tell you like this, even though it cleaned up the backdrop, in a realistic manner to where you can still see some artifacts in the paper, so that you know that this is as close to being real as possible, quote unquote. You know what I mean? Even all the way down to the lighting. I don't know if you guys can see it, but right here, my client has a shadow right here because when I took this picture, my umbrella was positioned camera right. So you can actually see the shadow right here, right? You see shadows, and she has a couple shadows right here, but you can't really see it right now because the paper rolls right there. Now, what the software did was what I told the software to do was soften that shadow and unify the light. What does that mean? That basically means instead of having the light in specific areas, spread the light across the image. So at that point in time, the background is lit in a more unified manner. And yeah, guys, again, I haven't retouched this image, but man, like when I show you the retouch, bro, game changer. We go to the next image. All right, so this image right here, I took this image down here in Baton Rouge outside of U High, that's located on the LSU campus right here. We have a high school graduate, and as you can see right here on the before, okay, you see that the image came out cool. Like the exposure was good, the white balance was okay. I can go and tweak that if I wanted to and whatnot, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the glare in the glasses, and that's the elephant in the room right here. In my opinion, when you look at this photo, it looks cool, you know what I'm saying? Like as is, right out the camera, it's cool, but the elephant in the room again, guys, would happen to be the glare in the glasses. So the beautiful thing about the software is I pressed a button, I slid a tab, whatever you want to call it, and look at this, guys, it corrected the glare and it removed the glare from the glasses. When I tell you, man, this is a game changer, because back in the day, trust and believe, man, Photoshop, you'll be all day. And you might actually come out, you know, like with one eyeball going, you know what I'm saying, like in a totally different direction. If you don't know what you're doing, it's just so many different things, you know, that you can actually do to mess something like this up in Adobe if you don't know what you're doing, okay? But again, with the Evoto AI software, man, these guys, they really put their foot in it. As you can see, man, one click of a button, I slide a tab, whatever you want to say, and boom, the glare is gone. And let me show you how it's not a fluke, guys. I uploaded an additional photo from this same shoot, and guess what? I specifically positioned my light where I placed it because I knew this software would be able to remove the glare depending upon, as long as it has something to work with. You got to give it something to work with. You can't just go full blast glare onto the glasses and expect for Evoto to correct that. Now, hey, as long as you give it a base point to work with, you're good, you know. So look at this right here. I'm gonna zoom in, and again, guys, I haven't touched any skin or anything like that as far as on these two images, really on the first three so far that I've showed you, because I just wanted to focus on the elephant in the room right now, and that's the glare in the glasses. And guys, I'm talking about, this came out cool. I was like, oh man, I like the lighting, I like the environment, the ambient light was nice. I could have had a kicker back in the back. I don't know why I didn't, but hey, it's all good. You know, I would still show this image to the client, and if they choose it, hey, cool. If they don't, cool, it doesn't matter. But at least we have the tools that we need in order to correct it in a manner that it needs to be corrected. Okay, now on this image right here, I wanted to show you the power of the retouch. And again, I'm not going to go through specifically how I did it. That's for another video again, but I just want to show you the before and the after. Okay, now again, I'm not talking about the environment, I'm not talking about color grading and so on and so forth. Me personally, I don't use Evoto to color grade. You can use Evoto to color grade. You can. It has all the tabs, it has all the tools as far as I know, but I just feel more comfortable color grading in Adobe, and that's just me, guys. Hey, you like it, you love it, I like it, I love it, and I do it the way that I do it. Okay, so with that being said, let's move on. Okay, so this is the before shot right here. I'm gonna zoom in on my client right here, guys. This shot came out great. This was doing our fall shoot, and yeah, you know, it came out pretty cool. I want you to look at our client right here. You know, it cleaned her up nice, guys. You know, like look at the skin. Yeah, you know, like we can go and we can do more, but I mean, hey, why? We want it to be as close to the original image as possible, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're going for something that's more creative, you know what I mean? Which I wasn't trying to do on this image right here per se. As you can see right here, we cleaned up the husband's face. Yeah, you know, and I mean, again, you know, with guys, I don't do a lot of editing on guys' faces. It's just me. I'm just built that way. I'm not going to make a guy look like, for lack of a better phrase, not a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not my vibe. I like to keep them looking clean, and I believe in less is best. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm gonna zoom in again so that you can see the dad right here, the husband, and let's click on little buddy right here, little buddy. And yeah, you know, again, we didn't do too much, you know, like Evoto cleaned everything up good. I could address the strand of hair right here, but why? Yeah, I mean, hey man, like, we keeping this as organic and as close to authentic as possible, and I think it came out great. You know what I'm saying? And again, you know, any type of creative editing, any type of color grading, for me, I leave that to Adobe and Photoshop. I don't use Evoto for it, but you can. All right. So here, let's go to a basic retouch right here. This is pretty basic. I took this picture a couple years ago at our studio down here in Baton Rouge. If you guys are looking for a studio to rent when you come in town, yes, we do rent our studio out to other creatives. We do have a full service content creation studio located in the Baton Rouge area. I mean, me personally, I think it's the premier studio, you know, but hey, you might say I'm a tad bit biased, but it's all gravy though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so again, when I retouch, I don't try to go for the plastic face. I know a lot of people go for the plastic face, and that's fine and dandy if that's what your client wants. If your client does not want the plastic face, do not give them the plastic face, because guess what? When they post the plastic face, everybody's going to see that you gave them the plastic face, especially if they tag you, which 9 times out of 10, if you give them the plastic face, they will tag you. So everybody will really know that you gave them the plastic face. Do not do it. Don't do it. I have a motto, guys. Less is best and leave the rest. Again, less is best and leave the rest. It's already copyrighted. Don't try to take that. You heard me? All right, so here we go. So with that being said, guys, look at this right here. You know, just with a click of a few buttons, you know what I'm saying? I slid a couple tabs, and yeah, you know, like, this is good, man. Like, this is good for client work. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this is, yeah, you know, like, this is what your client is looking for. You know, again, I didn't remove all the pores. I left some pores in there. I left a few imperfections in there. You know why? Because imperfections are perfection. You know why? Because imperfections allow us to be special and different. So with that being said, check this out right here, man. Evoto just saved me a whole lot of time doing this. I didn't have to worry about frequency separation. I didn't have to worry about dodging and burning. And can I do both of those in Evoto? Why, yes, I can. Did I do it with these images? No, I didn't. I did a basic retouch, and I'll tell you about that, why I did that, and why I didn't use the other methods in a later video. All right. Now, with this one right here, this is pretty dope right here, guys. I ain't gonna hold you. All right, so we took this one right here a couple years ago too, as well. As you can see, again, we were outside LSU campus. We were outside on LSU's campus. Okay, so I did a basic retouch on the skin right here. As you can see, again, like basic. You know what I'm saying? I think it came out pretty well, man, for client work. Now, again, I would put this in Adobe and I would touch it up a tad bit more. I would add color grading. I would put my own little sauce on there. But with that being said, this is a above average. This is an accepted. No. This is a good edit right here. This is a good starting point right here. But guess what? Look at what Evoto did, guys, to the clothes. Check out the clothes. You see that right there? It took the wrinkles out, guys. You know how long it would take, at least for me. Like, maybe you guys are better in Photoshop than me, but you know how long it would have taken me to take these wrinkles out. Really, truth be told, I'm gonna keep it G with y'all. When I first edited when I did an edit to this image when we first shot it, I think back in maybe 2022 or 23 or 21, one of them, I don't know. When I first did my original edit on here, I didn't even address the clothes. At that point in time, I said, you know what, it's going to take too long for me to do it. My client needs these images back, so I'm just going to go ahead, man, and I'm going to give them to her like this, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is a game changer, guys. It's super powerful, super dope. And on this last image, I just threw, you know, man, I put it in here just to show you guys again, you know what I'm saying? Studio work. This is light work right here. When I tell you I have an image, when I find that image, I'm gonna make a video on that one image and show you exactly how much time Evoto saved me. But yeah, like this is light work. I'm taking out the sides right over here just with a click of a button. I'm taking out my softbox, as well as I'm correcting for the ceiling tile. Up here, I can unify the light if I wanted to, guys, to make it a more even spread. I'm not worrying about it because that's not what we're going for with this image right here. This image was taken maybe 4 years ago, something like that, 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know, I can't remember. But with that being said, guys, I'm telling you, Evoto is one of these tools that you must have in your toolbox. Matter of fact, you know what, guys, let me go through the actual let me go through the interface. I should have did this at the beginning, but I kind of got excited, you feel me? So let me go back through. Okay, so right here we have our color adjustments tab. And with this reminds you of Adobe. It reminds you of Lightroom. It reminds you of Camera Raw Filter and Photoshop. And it operates the same, guys. We have color grading, like I told you. We have detail, grain, lens correction, color. We got the whole nine of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have the whole nine here, guys. White balance, everything. Okay? Now, you can even mask in here. You see that right there? Yeah, this thing is the truth, guys. I won't hold you. I won't lie to you, for real. You have your histogram and a whole nine. Next, you have your retouching tab. This is where I spend most of my time when I use Evoto. The portrait retouching tab is a game changer. You can assign this based on gender, based on age, based on you know, like whether you're doing a batch edit. You know, like you can assign a certain edit to all the guys in the actual image. You can assign a certain edit to all the females as well as all the kids in the actual image itself. And man, when I tell you this sucker would edit everybody all at one time, man, it's a game changer, guys. I can't stress it enough. Next, we have our blemish removal. We have our skin retouch. We have our facial reshape. Yes, you can reshape the face. You can change the expression on people's faces. You can fine tune the teeth, eyes, makeup, hair, skin color. I forgot to tell you that. Hands, and you can do a full body reshape, guys. I had to get some water. I apologize to y'all. All right, next we have our background adjustments, and this is where you can adjust and you can identify issues in the backdrop, and at that point in time, like, you can make those adjustments in the background adjustments tab. You also have a backdrop changer. So what if I wanted to change this backdrop right here from white to gray, you know, like an even more gray backdrop? If I wanted to change it to black, red, pink, whatever it is, I can do that. I can add skies and the whole nine. Oh yeah, let me go back. I'm sorry. All right, right here we have our clothing adjustment. This is where you can go in and you can attack those wrinkles in your client's clothes and the whole nine. You can do that there. We have our crop right here. If you want to tether right here, I haven't tried this part right here yet. I need to. You can sync up your camera to your laptop, to your iPad, wherever you're using Evoto at, and at that point in time you can tether. And yeah, I think I'm gonna try that this week, man. I'm gonna make a video so that I can show you guys exactly how it works. And this last tab, this is the auto import and export. I haven't used this before. I don't really need it as far as I can see right now at this point in time. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? Like when I tell you the benefits of this software, again, is it saves you a massive amount of time. You can get a clean, natural retouch as long as you don't go too hard. You know what I'm saying? Again, less is best and leave the rest. You can consistently batch edit. I forgot to tell you guys that too. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a wedding or whatever it is, you can batch edit those images. You can make one specific edit, save it as a preset inside of Evoto, and at that point in time, you can batch edit across your whole shoot. Excuse me. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, it's dope. If you don't like to use Photoshop, this is a pretty good alternative. You know, if you're just looking for something to speed up your editing process and to really get a comprehensive edit, you know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't trying to do anything way too drastic or whatever it is, this is perfect right here, guys. And really, this speeds up your workflow so you can undersell and over deliver. You know, you can speed up your delivery, and at that point in time, boom, like your clients will be satisfied and happy. Evoto is especially helpful for those who shoot portraits, seniors, weddings, headshots, and high volume shooters. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Again, I wish I would have jumped on this software sooner. And yeah, you know, if editing is slowing you down, Evoto will completely change your workflow. If you found this video helpful, please like this video, subscribe for more photography and editing tutorials. Let me know what you guys want me to create so that I can make that for you. Drop any questions or comments below. Tell me what you think about Evoto. Have you used it? If not, what are you waiting for? Tell me, why are you apprehensive about it if you hadn't used it yet? But with that being said, please like, subscribe, share, watch, and click the notification bell so that you guys can stay abreast to all my latest content. So with that being said, I hope I helped you guys out, and let me know what else you want me to make so I can make it for you guys. So with that being said, I'm gonna put a link in the description of this video so that you can go and you can download this software, and I think you can get some free credits too as well. So with that being said, holla at your boy. Peace.